Verstappen takes F1 pole for Miami Grand Prix ahead of Norris and Antonelli as it happened. Max Verstappen secured pole position for the Miami Grand Prix, delivering a decisive lap to edge out McLaren's Lando Norris in a tightly contested qualifying session. Verstappen's fastest time of 1 minute 26.204 seconds placed him atop the grid, marking his second consecutive pole at the Miami International Autodrome and his third of the current season. Norris, who had shown strong pace throughout the practice sessions, qualified in second place, just 0.065 seconds adrift of the Red Bull driver. The McLaren challenge was further underscored by Oscar Piastri, who initially held provisional pole in Q3 and ultimately qualified in fourth place with a time of 1 minute 26.375 seconds. Only 0.171 seconds behind Verstappen. Mercedes' George Russell secured the fifth spot, 0.181 seconds off the pole time, highlighting the close competition among the front-runners. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz was sixth, followed by Alex Albon of Williams in seventh and Charles Leclerc in the second Ferrari in eighth. Esteban Ocon of Alpine and Yuki Tsunoda of RB completed the top 10 qualifiers. The qualifying hours saw intense battles across all three segments. In Q1, Max Verstappen set the pace with a time of 1 minute 26.870 seconds, leading Norris, 0.085 s, and Piastri, 0.136 s. The session saw several notable eliminations, including Behrman, Stroll, Gasly, Alonso, and Hülkenberg, who finished 20th through 16th respectively. Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso, a two-time world champion, and Lance Stroll both failed to make it out of the first segment, marking a challenging start to the weekend for the team. Adding to the early drama, Alex Albon was involved in a low-speed incident in the pit lane with Isaac Hadjar of Racing Bulls, leading to scrutiny from the stewards. Q2 saw the field narrow further, with Piastri topping the segment with a rapid lap of 1 minute 26.269 seconds, ahead of Norris, 0.230 s, and Antonelli, 0.337 s. The biggest shock of Q2 was the elimination of seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton of Mercedes. Hamilton appeared to struggle with grip and experienced a lockup during his crucial lap, ending up in 11th place and missing out on the final qualifying segment. Also eliminated in Q2 were Lawson, Doohan, Bortolito, and Hadjar. George Russell reported difficulties with grip during Q2, stating he was sliding everywhere, although he managed to progress to Q3. The final Q3 shootout for pole position was a tense affair. Max Verstappen, despite losing the rear of his car briefly at the start of his flying lap, recovered impressively to set the benchmark time. Lando Norris put in a strong effort but couldn't quite match Verstappen's pace on the day. The rookie Antonelli continued his impressive performance by securing a strong third place on the grid, a result he described as positive despite feeling he didn't have a super clean run compared to earlier sessions. Following the session, Verstappen expressed his satisfaction, stating the team had improved the car throughout the weekend and that everything worked out well. Norris, while happy with second, acknowledged Verstappen's exceptional max lap and expressed readiness for the race, regardless of whether the weather is dry or wet, noting Miami's surprising conditions. Christian Horner, Red Bull team principal, lauded Verstappen's performance under pressure, highlighting his ability to deliver when it mattered most, particularly noting his recovery from the early Q3 mistake and how he kept finding more time. Horner suggested Red Bull might be slightly down on overall speed compared to McLaren but praised Verstappen's ability to dig deep and step up to the plate in the crucial Q3 phase. Rookie Antonelli commented that while he struggled slightly in qualifying compared to practice, the gaps were extremely tight, and putting everything together was key, expressing hope for a good race. McLaren CEO Zak Brown briefly touched on the weather outlook, noting that Sunday looked like another rainy day, a factor that could add further unpredictability to the race.